You finally did it. You paid off that massive credit card balance. You feel a huge wave of relief knowing you just made a brilliant financial move. You wait a week, maybe two, check your credit monitoring app, and absolutely nothing has changed. Your score is exactly where it was. That victory instantly sours into confusion and frustration. What is going on? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. It can make you feel like the whole system is a confusing black box that isn't playing fair. But the truth is, the system isn't trying to trick you. It's just slow. All that anxiety comes down to the credit reporting cycle. Once you understand this one concept, you'll go from feeling powerless to being in control. Here's how it works. Your credit card company doesn't send a live feed of your account to the credit bureaus. Instead, they typically report your activity only once a month. The key to this whole thing is your statement closing date. Think of that date as a monthly snapshot. On that one day, your issuer takes a picture of your account balance and payment status, and that's what gets sent to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So, if your statement closes on the 15th, but you pay your card down to zero on the 16th, you've just missed the snapshot. Your old high balance is what gets reported for the month. Your new beautiful zero balance won't get reported until after your next statement closes. This means from the moment you make that payment, it can easily take 30 to 45 days for the update to appear on your credit report and finally change your score. But what about when your score finally updates, but it actually goes down? You paid off debt. How could that possibly be a bad thing? Well, sometimes paying off a loan, especially an installment loan like a car or personal loan, can cause a temporary dip in your score. This can happen for a couple of reasons. First, it can change your credit mix. Lenders like to see that you can handle different types of credit, and when you close your only installment loan, your credit mix becomes less diverse. Second, if that loan was one of your older accounts, closing it can lower the average age of your credit history, which is another factor in your score. It feels completely backward, but it's a known quirk in the system. The good news is that these dips are almost always temporary. It's also worth remembering that not all lenders report to all three credit bureaus, which is why your score might be different depending on which app you're using. So, what's the big takeaway? When it comes to your credit score, patience is everything. The system isn't instant, but it is predictable once you know the rules. You aren't being scammed. You've just been working on a different timeline than the credit bureaus, and now you know that timeline is usually around 30 to 45 days. Understanding the reporting cycle puts the power back in your hands. You did the right thing by paying off your debt, and in the long run, your score will reflect that. You just know not to hold your breath waiting for it to happen overnight.